Hi, this is Bill Nelson. I'm the Advancement Chair at Grand Canyon Council. We're going to have a very short presentation on how to add and manage events in Scoutbook. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. When you're at your Trooper Pack homepage in Scoutbook, you'll see up in the upper right corner an upcoming events tab banner here. And events can be edited by and added by any of the key 3 members in your troop or pack. And if you don't remember what that is, you can actually click on this and it'll tell you who they are. It's the Cub Master, Scout Master, Coach or Advisor of your unit, or the Chartered Organization Representative, and the unit committee chair are all key 3 members. So those people who are in Scoutbook as those members can edit events. Also, the secretaries can edit events in Scoutbook. So designate people as secretaries if they are not a key 3 member. Okay, so to edit events, you click on the banner and your Trooper Pack calendar will be displayed. You can then add events to that calendar. So for example, if we wanted to add an event for the 30th of January, click on that. You can also, there's an add event thing on the bottom here. So you could add an event into the future that's not being displayed. So we'll go back to the 30th. We're going to have an event here that we're going to add. And the first thing we can do is choose which calendar to add the event on. It could be any of the calendars that you have access to. Normally, it will be your Trooper Pack and either the patrols in the troop or the dens in the pack will have calendars, and you can add the event to any of those. You just select the calendars that you wish to add the event to, and then when you've chosen the ones that you want, you click Set, and it will put that in. You designate what type of event it will be. It can be a standard Trooper Pack meeting, could be a Court of Honor, Patrol Leaders Council. Some are built in here. It could be any of these, training, camp out, whatever, or it could be something else. So in our event, I'm going to set up a meeting with a scout and his parent on a merit badge. So I will select Other and then select Set. So it selects the Other. If you selected something that was standard, let's say a troop meeting, it will, over on the right, you'll see it pre-populates invitees, which you can then edit. You can invite all these people, or you can edit on the invitee tab down here. You can edit who is going to attend, and so you would just uncheck the people you don't want to attend, whether they're leaders or parents, and you can check who you do want to attend. There's a select all that you can use to select everybody in that category. And then of course we had selected troop meeting as the standard here, so all the scouts are selected. Or if you know a scout's going to be out of town, you don't want to bother, you can unselect them. So that's a way of inviting people. We'll go more into invitations in a minute, but we're going back. This is going to be a non-standard. I'm going to make it a other type event. It's going to be the communications merit badge. So I put in the name of the event that'll display on the calendar and in the invites. I had selected, you select a location. It could be, if a location is pretty standard, like we meet at Esperanza Lutheran Church, you can put that in, or you can type anything else you want. You put where you're going to have it, and then you put in the start day. And since this was going to be done on the 30th that we had selected, that goes in there. If you click on it, you can put a time. So we're going to meet at say 11 a.m. I'm using my mouse roll bar here to select the time, and then that's the beginning time, and then you can select end. The end time would be, say, two hours later. All right, so we set that, and now the times are in there. Should be 11 p.m. Okay, so we'll set this more reasonable time. We have 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay. Now we can select different types of activities here. Scoutbook will track your journeys to excellence progress if you put the information in there. So if you have events such as an outdoor activity, you can select it as that, or a service project, or a something to do with physical fitness, which is Scout Strong, or group fitness competition, or promotion of My Scouting tools. You can select what those are as part of this your event. Notice the question mark here. If you don't understand what something is in Scoutbook, you can always select the question mark. Explains why that option is there and what you can do to select to find out information. And then they have something called planned advancement. This is a merit badge we're working on. So a merit badge is advancement. So let's click on managed advancement, and the screen that comes up has both Boy Scout and Cub Scout advancement categories. So if you're working on either Boy Scout or Cub Scout advancement, you select the major category first and then go into it. So in this case, well, let me give an example with a rank advancement of what you can do. So if I select rank advancement, I then select it's a Boy Scout. Let's say he's first class. So it's rank advancement first class. If I select that, what comes up here is that you're working on all of first class. And you can say, well, we're only going to cover requirements 2 and 3 at this event. So we'll click on that. It will bring up all of the different requirements for that rank. And this could be Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts. And you select what exactly they're going to be covering. So we're only going to cover a couple of requirements. And we have whatever the requirements are you're going to do. So the ones that you don't do, you just unselect, and then when you're done, you say set, and only those will show up. So we reduce the number of first class requirements there. Okay. So actually, in this case, though, we're going to be doing a merit badge. So I cleared all that out, and I'm going to select merit badge instead. And then the merit badge that we're working on. Now, you don't have to put this information in, but if you do, it's just more information in the database to be used later. So we're going to work on the communications merit badge, and I select that. Again, it brings up all the requirements. If you have any idea which ones you're going to work on, you can select, again, drill down into it and select which requirement you're going to be working on. If you don't, you just leave it as is, and they all show up. Set up here the event description. So whatever it's going to be. And then any other notes or agendas or minutes that you want to send out. This information here is only seen by the administrators, admins. People have admin rights to Scoutbook, like Scoutmaster, people like that. So, and the people that are setting up the meeting. So those are the only people that can really see these notes. So, but that's a space to put them. So if you scroll up to the upper right corner, now we're back to the invitees. So since this wasn't a standard, I didn't have a whole bunch of people that were invited. So I can invite who I want to invite. And so in this case, I'm going to invite Scout, who's Logan Ridge, I'm sorry, who's Luke Sulzan. All right, Scout here. And when I invite him, any Scout, his parent also gets the invitation so that the parent knows the Scout has been invited. I will also invite the parent because I want the parent there. So I'll invite both of them. And they will show up now in my invitee list. I can then say that I would like them to RSVP to the event. And so I could click on that. If you ask them, if you do select the RSVP, an email will go out, an email reminder will go out to them, and they will be asked in the email if they are going to attend. And then they can reply back to that. You also can manage the reminders that are emailed out to those people by clicking on this bar on the lower right corner. It says Manage Invitation, and you can reminders, and you can set one up immediately, and then you can set up a number of hours before the event or days before the event to remind them that, hey, we're going to do this next Saturday. So you can have that all set up for them. At any time before or after actually you save it, you can go in and change things if you decide that you want to change like the time, make it a little bit earlier or something. So you can set it, look at everything, make sure everything is the way you want it to be. If it's an outdoor activity that requires a parent permission slip, you can actually set that and then click on the slips page, and it will put up a printout or create, I guess, a PDF file for everybody who is in, all the Scouts who are invited to the event, and it'll pre-populate the generic Boy Scouts of America parent permission form that you can then print out and have available for the Scout to parents to sign. The form is also sent available to the parent to fill out as well. Okay, so once you're really happy with what we're working on, you can then save it. It is then saving the event, and it'll send out the reminders to everybody. And the event is now on the calendar. Now, if you want to, you can go back into by clicking on Edit Event, which is what I do there, and you could add or delete things to it. In this case, I'm going to add an invitee. I want to indicate the fact that I am going to be there, so I will put my name on there as an invitee. And now I show up, and when I save it, I'll get an invite as well. And now I show up as in the event in the event as an RSVP person. If I go back to the Troop homepage, you'll see that Communications Merit Badge is now an event that shows up on my calendar or on my banner. If I click on it, it is in my calendar as an event down here. And it is asking for me to RSVP. So I can click on me myself. Now you can do this for anyone. You can say that if somebody called you and said, yeah, that they already said they were going to be there, you can click on that person and say yes, that they're going to be there. So that can update the event for you, so you keep track of who's attending your event and who's not attending your event. So another thing to on the calendar is that if you wanted to add the Troop calendar or PAC calendar to your personal Google Calendar or something else you're using, Outlook or something else, you can click on the subscribe button at the bottom of the calendar when you're viewing that, and what will come up is a iCal link that you can copy and paste into Outlook or into Google Calendar, so that whatever's in the Troop calendar here in Scoutbook will also be in your calendar on Google. So that's a very high-level review of the program. Realize that there are more things to the calendaring that you can get to, and also that there is online help. So if you go back to your main page and you click on forums, there are a lot of good input on bugs and on frequently asked questions there to give you a guidance to how to get help by other users of Scoutbook. I'd like to also point out a couple other places you can get help if you don't find anything in the forums to help you out, and you're trying to get something done and you don't know how to do it. You got a couple of ways to go here. You could go to the BSA help desk. It does take them at least 24 hours to get back to you, and very often it's getting back to you with the additional questions. So be very clear when you send an email to them. But the BSA help desk is at myscouting@scouting.org. You can send an email to that, and they will reply to you with the answers to your questions. You can also send a question to us at uccadvancement1@gmail.com. If we know the answer, we'll reply back and give you the answer. It's probably quicker than they would at National, but we may get stumped on some questions too. And also keep an eye on our Facebook page. We are have done a number of videos for Scoutbook and for some other things in advancement, and we post them on the Facebook page for your information. So we hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining us for this quick demo.